Good morning, everybody. Welcome to my channel. I'm Jennifer. This is A Country Life, and bathroom is tied up right now, so I can't go in there and finish getting ready. But in the words of my grandpa, let's get this show on the road. So last night, Maria and I had to go into town, and apparently it's been a while since I've been in town on a Friday night. It was so hectic, so chaotic. Vehicles with their hoods up, people trying to fix vehicles on the side of the road. There was an accident. There were, random groups of 12 kids running around in the dark on the city streets. I don't know. I'm just not used to all that. Walmart was packed. Packed. Typically when I come home, I'll say, whew, Walmart was really a zoo today. But no, it was not a zoo. It was packed. Absolutely packed. I'll just turn the camera around here and get right to it for you guys. I keep my grocery budget, my clothing budget, well, okay, I thought that I would turn the camera around, but I decided not to here. I keep my grocery budget, clothing budget, and household supply budget separate. I usually try to shop those things at different times, just because it makes it easier to just kind of, for me, it just makes it easier to wrap my mind around what exactly I need. So last night, Maria and I went in to do our household supply shopping for this month here of September. And at first I thought maybe I would just do a Walmart pickup, and so I had everything into like my cart. And then I decided I didn't want to do that because I just wanted to shop with cash. And so what I ended up doing, I just pulled out my phone in the store and I could just remove things from the cart as we bought them. That was really slick. Okay, so here we go. I got 2 of these Bounty Essentials 6 packs of paper towels. I got 1 of the Angel Soft toilet paper. I picked up some coffee filters, an 8-pack of Puffs Plus lotion. I have been getting the Puffs Plus lotion now more often than the Aldi lotion Kleenexes, because it just seems like the Aldi lotion Kleenexes have kind of gone downhill. It's almost like they're calling them lotion, but they've decreased the lotion to the point where there's really nothing in them. And with all of our, with everybody with allergies and then colds and just all of that, it's so nice to have that. Okay, we needed some more Listerine. This is what our dentist recommends, so that's what we use. Some hand soap. This was, I just got this because it was like a good price for the size bottles. Never had these before. Safeguard Notes of Lavender and Notes of Coconut. Did pick up some Aquafresh, the Sensitive 1 Kids Crest. I'm only down to 1 kid using the Kids Crest, so it's not going to be long, you guys, I think, and we're going to be just onto the minty toothpaste. Did pick up a big bottle of Dawn. Some of this Taro liquid ant baits. We're pretty much out of ant season, it seems like, but I like to keep these on hand. I mean, it keeps until next year, and you know what happens? All of a sudden, one morning you wake up, you're like, oh my goodness, the ants have decided to make an attack, and so next, like June, it's going to be really nice to have those on hand and not have to try to figure out when am I going to get to the store. It was time for a new shower liner. I thought that I had the medium weight liner in there right now, but I think I must have the heavyweight liner because this one feels a little thinner. But anyway, I just went with the medium weight this time. And a couple clothing items. I picked up some of these tank top style t-shirts for Warren. I bought him the Classic Tees brand. If you're on Instagram, maybe you see their ads all over the place. We tried that out, and he does like them. The white t-shirt and the white polo are a little thin, and so I picked these up for him to wear underneath that. And then also we saw this little sweatshirt, and Maria really liked this, and so, you know, it's just her and I shopping, so I thought, well, why not? She loves purple.
You need socks. You can't go out there in underwear. Put these on.
All right, that was just a little, we just got derailed for a moment there. Joe wants to go hunting with Warren and Nick and Peter and Maria, so he needed some camo clothes. Okay, yeah, so anyway, I just picked up this sweatshirt. It was only $7, at Walmart. It's kind of maybe going to get to this kind of weather shortly. Today it's supposed to be another 90-degree day. Tomorrow 90s, Monday 90s. Very unseasonably warm for September. We did also stop at Dollar General because this is the toilet paper that I have been getting now for our, what we call our main bathroom, or bathroom number 1, when I'm telling the kids which one that they need to clean. I had been using, if you've been here for a while, they have these 4 packs of toilet paper at Walmart. They had been 68 cents, I believe, for a long, long time, and they were around 68 to 70 square feet of toilet paper. Okay, in recent months here, they have shrunk them and increased the price, and the toilet paper is on the roll so loosely that I just feel like we are going through toilet paper so fast. So I did discover this is at Dollar General. I really like this. It fits our toilet paper roll, and it's just good. So we stopped by Dollar General to pick up that, and then also to get AIM. Walmart was out of AIM, and this is what...
Hey, Jennifer. About ready to go.
You're ready to go?
Yeah, but ask Peter.
Okay, nice. You got a nice outfit on. I like it.
Go.
Get your socks. Oh, look at this. Wow.
Nose. On her nose.
On his nose too, yep. He's getting the full treatment today. Whoops.
I think I gotta burn the cork a little more.
Okay, you're looking good though.
Take a picture.
I did. I just took a picture of you. Somehow, using even my new way of removing everything from the cart, from like my online cart at Walmart, I forgot to get mascara. They did not carry the L'Oreal brand at Dollar General, so I ended up with this Maybelline brand. It feels very lightweight, like there's nothing even in this tube. I'm hoping that it actually lasts for a while at a price of $10.50. I did see this eyeshadow, and I really wanted to get like a light color. I'm completely out, and this one was kind of nice because it had like 3 really light colors in it, so pick that up. I also had 2, what are they called? I also had 2 lip liners that I put up on the counter. They did not end up in my bag. I checked my receipt. They also did not charge me for them, which I'm glad they didn't charge me for them, but it's a bummer because I really wanted those 2. I'll have to get them another time. They were only $3.50, so I thought that was a great price for lip liner. We'll see. We'll see how they work. Okay, I did also at Walmart pick up just a couple groceries. We have a birthday party to go to today, and I was asked to bring cheesy potatoes, and so I picked up the hash browns, 1 can of cream of chicken, and the cornflakes. Otherwise, all the other ingredients I have on hand, and then just a couple spices that I can't get when I'm shopping at Aldi. So some smoked paprika, cream of tartar. Sometimes they have this at Aldi at Christmas time, but not quite yet. And then some of this Montreal steak seasoning. Are my eyes? There we go. Now it's clear. Montreal steak seasoning. Also, an 18-pack of eggs here. We have 6 chickens. They are laying daily for some reason, and we've had this happen, I would say maybe like 2 or 3 times a year, where the chickens will just decide to eat all the eggs. And I know there's a lot of different thoughts out there. Maybe they're low in calcium, maybe they weren't getting enough water, maybe whatever. There's a lot of things. I don't know which exactly of it. Well, I know that they had water and they had food and everything. But anyway, the other day they ate their eggs. We've been using a lot more eggs lately too. And so we're just not able to keep up. And we're now in duck hunting season, and that means like bigger breakfasts when they come in from hunting. So I did need to have some eggs to kind of get me by until our chickens start building up a stock again. So that's everything. Bathroom is opened up. I'm gonna go and get myself ready there, and then I will be back. All right, I'm all ready for the day. And does Saturday call for lip liner? I don't really know, but I love lip liner. And I mean, honestly, just give it a try. If you haven't ever, just be like, I'm gonna stand out today. I'm gonna give it a try. And you might be surprised at just how good you feel with it. Okay. Today's video is sponsored by Dossier. They have budget-friendly fragrances. They're kind of like dupes of top fragrances. And so if you go onto their website, they have so many. You can type in your favorite designer fragrance. You know, some of them that are like $89, $99, $115. Some of those really expensive ones, if you have a favorite, you type it in and they will share with you what might be similar. It's not going to be exact, but it's going to have like similar notes. Anyway, these are some of my favorites here. Floral rhubarb, Floriental vanilla, aquatic peony. Let's see, actually, I think if I had to put these in order for my, oh, this is hard, this is hard. I don't know. I don't know if I have that in the right order now or not for my liking. I do actually have an order of some new scents coming, but I don't remember what I ordered, quite honestly. They do have a new line out, and it is called the SpeakEasy collection. It's sort of tailored after like some popular cocktails. I did get one scent. It wasn't my favorite, so I'm going to try a couple of their other scents just to check those out. But today is going to be floral rhubarb. You can use the first, these are magnetic lids. There we go. You can use the first link in the description box below if you'd like to try out Dossier perfumes for yourself. They also have candles now, and I know at my last check, they have 4 different scents of candles. I'm liking the ambery vanilla, I think is what it is. Anyway, use my code Jennifer5 and that will get you the best deal on Dossier perfumes. Thanks to Dossier for sponsoring today's video and for partnering with me for years. And if, let me make sure I get this in the right spot here. And if you have tried the Dossier perfumes, would you please let me know in the description box below, like, what is your favorite scent? Because I know that I'm always looking for new scents that I want to try, and I know that there's other people here that read through the comments. They'd like to know what everybody's favorites are, so leave those in the description box below for me, would you? Thanks. All right, I have to think a little bit about the hunters that are probably going to be coming back in not that long. And so I'm gonna grab some bacon. Whoa, that was close up, huh? We just bought a half a hog, and let me see. That looks great. I do have a video where I kind of go through all of the details of the hog and what all we got and that kind of thing. And one thing I would say is that even if you're working with a local farmer to buy a half a hog and they ask like what cuts you want, and once they let you know that your pig hog has gone into the butcher, be sure to contact the butcher and make sure that you're getting the right cuts, because different people call cuts something a little bit different. And for example, this time I got some fresh hams that were not roasted. I did not order fresh hams, but when I called the butcher back, he said they just tried to match what I marked on the farmer's order sheet. They tried to match that to their order sheet, and I guess they need to talk with that farmer and make sure that the farmer is not giving them their own order sheet, because they have like different cuts and they call things different cuts. So anyway, now I have some fresh hams. I'm not really even sure if I need to brine it. I don't know if I just treat it like a roast. I have to do a little research. I was going to kind of just Google it and see what I could come up with. Maybe you guys know, and you could leave me some information in the comments. Like, do I just cook it like a pork roast? Do I have to brine it? Do I take it back and ask for them to smoke it for me? I don't know. Well, let's get this bacon thawing. I'm just going to put some water in this sink and let it thaw that way. And then I'm also going to take down my canned goods. So I just canned tomato juice and tomato passata, which is just kind of like a really bright tomato sauce. You don't cook it down for a long, long time. I have some green beans. I have some salsa here. So I'm going to get that stuff down into the basement and maybe head out to the garden next and pick more tomatoes. Okay, so this is like my canning, one of my canning shelves, and Warren picked this up at Home Depot. I think it was probably about a year and a half ago. We just put it together actually last winter, or was it the winter? It's hard for me to remember now. But anyway, I just have finally have enough space between this shelf and this shelf and now this shelf for my canning supplies. I try to keep things pretty organized, so I have like applesauce and I have salsa verde and what is that? Jalapeno relish and green beans. I have more applesauce and actually more applesauce. No, those are pickles, applesauce, this year's beans. I guess those are this year's beans as well because I didn't have any left. Tomato soup that I made last year. We're working through that. And then I do write on my boxes because that was a thing that was such a problem for so long, is that I just didn't have the space. And so when we'd bring jars down, they would be just all mixed up. And then when it was canning season and I would send kids down to get jars, they couldn't find what I was asking for. It was just kind of problematic. So now I just keep everything labeled. And then what happens, although it looks like these two boxes didn't get labeled here, but I can just lift out real quick and go, oh, that's a wide mouth. Anyway, then what happens is I can just come down, grab the box that I need, and head upstairs and get right to canning. Over here I do have some broth. I have some canned venison. I have pickles and more pickles. And I have my salsa. I have last year's salsa as well as this year's salsa. I have some tomato sauce down here from last year. I have some stew. Way down here I also have some tomato juice. All right, the English muffins are still too frozen to slice or to split. So I'm going to actually water flowers. I thought maybe I'd head down to the garden, but I think I decided I wanted to get things kind of prepped up for breakfast a little bit, and my flowers need watering. I did not get out yesterday, and it was in the upper 80s and really, really windy. And it's supposed to be in the 90s today. So I thought, let's just do that. Great time of day to be outside. It's just beautiful. And this here combination is one of my favorites. It was just sort of some random flowers that I bought very late. I want to say, it had to have been like mid-June when I bought these. And they were just some like random ones left, and I just put them all in a pot quick, and it has become one of my favorites. I love the combination with the dark pink verbena, and then just the yellow daisy and the pink begonia. It's just all so pretty. And then this one is usually really pretty too. I bought these at the same time just plopped them all in here together. And this one here is like a bright red orange impatient. Is it a double impatient? No, just a regular impatiens. And then the orange zinnia and the yellow marigolds. Just looks really pretty, and it's going into fall nicely. It's kind of those nice colors even for fall. All right, well, I just have all my gallon jugs here, and yeah, they start to look kind of grungy after an entire summer. And I have been using up, I got just a teeny bit. I actually filled this fish fertilizer bottle with water to just try to get all of it because it's kind of goopy and settles to the bottom. And so I have just a tiny bit left, so I'm going to use that up today too. I know it's not a Monday or a Thursday, but I'm just going to use it up because I want to. As a kid, I remember watching people, I grew up in town, I remember going for bike rides and watching women, usually it would be, sweeping their front porches and stairs going up to their home and front sidewalks, and I just thought that was the most bizarre thing that I had ever seen. I thought, why would you be cleaning outside? Like, I don't know. As a little girl, I don't even know where my mind was going with that. But here I am as an adult, and I actually get great pleasure from sweeping my patio, sweeping the entryway, sweeping out the garage. Just great pleasure from that. How about you guys? All right, I'm gonna do the garage here now, at least the path that we walk the most.
Which one do you want? Do you want like one of these long ones or like a shorter one? One of the long ones? Pull! I'm trying. Nick, pull! Pull! There we go. Oh. Alright, look out, Joe. Uh-oh. Nice. Here you go, guys. Here's the bucket. Peter, do you know why my nippers were laying in the dirt in the shed? Look at that.
I know. We are loving the Blackstone. It's fun.
Yes.
It's great to keep kind of the smokiness outside too.
Yes. Through that.
You want to bring out some salt and pepper? Yeah. Should we just do sunny side up, or you want those all flipped?
I prefer mine
Flipped?
over medium. Keep going.
So breakfast and visiting was just a nice, long, relaxing time. And now it's haircut time. So Warren's going to get a haircut, and that's kind of how I lay it out. Yeah. Cream of chicken soup and sour cream. Oh, totally different. Have a very different flavor. Warm garden onions. They're strong. If you ever run out of like vegetable spray, or you just prefer not to use that, you can just put a little bit of either lard, shortening, oil, bacon grease, whatever, into your pan, and just use a clean paper towel, rub it all around, and that's a great way to grease the sides without having to use vegetable spray. At this point, I'm going to pop this into a 350-degree oven for about 45 minutes. I chose this speckled roasting pan because I do have a cover. It's just really easy to transport to the birthday party later this afternoon. I was just watching videos on canning tomato soup. I watched both the Mennonite Farmhouse Souptember recipe, as well as that 1870s homestead. I was just watching her tomato soup recipe as well. I made tomato soup last year, and it's good, but it's got a little bit of like this bite that I really don't care for, and I can't really, I really don't know how to, I really don't know how to explain that kind of bite. I like it if we're having it and I dip my grilled cheese into it. I love it, but just to have a spoonful of it, so I only have like this much in a bowl because that's all I can like soak up with my grilled cheese. I'm just watching a couple other canning videos here while I was washing dishes. It's my dishes day, and I just kind of saved everything from this morning until now when I was all finished making my cheesy potatoes. And I think the gentle voices of the ladies in the videos, I think it lulled Peter right to sleep because he's just so tired from 2 days of duck hunting. I'm gonna get the cheesy hash browns into the oven now. I have my oven preheated to 350, and then we're gonna head up to the garden. So I'm not really sure if it's the severe dryness that we had this year, but all of my tomato plants, even though they're still producing lots of tomatoes, literally all of the leaves like just dried up and fallen off. I mean, that has happened other years, but it doesn't seem quite to this extent. But so I'm just going to get all of these tomatoes here picked, at least the ones that are partially ripe or all the way ripe. And I always like to brush my tomatoes off when I'm in the garden. I know it takes a little bit more time, and the kids don't like to do that. Oh, there's a rotten one, blossom end rot on that one. But it saves on the drain. You know, you don't want to rinse all that sand down. And it also, I just enjoy being out here. And then the celebrities are always a winner. Here's one that just kind of fell off, but look at that. I mean, look at the size of that. It's just beautiful, no blemishes, just a beautiful tomato. Celebrities are always my standby. There is another one, just a gorgeous, no blemish, just a beautiful, beautiful tomato. I'm just stacking them in here real gently. I usually take the stems off. And then when in the house, I'm going to spread these out. And then some of them still have some ripening to do, so I'll let them ripen for a couple days in the house, and then I will start processing these into something. Possibly some tomato soup. Because I really, really want to find a tomato soup recipe that I love. Not that I just like, and that's, you know, acceptable, but that I really, really, really love. And it's windy out here today. I haven't mentioned wind a whole lot lately. I used to mention it all the time, and I had gotten a little wind, like I call it a wind puff on top of my camera, and it just wore off the other day. The sticky just finally gave up, and I haven't replaced it yet, and so you're probably hearing all kinds of wind. I just had to go up and get another bowl because my box was not big enough for the tomatoes. And then we had 2 cucumbers too. I actually planted 5 cucumber plants, 5 cucumbers this year. Only 3 of them survived, and one of them really flourished, and the other 2 were just sort of mediocre at best. But we're getting cucumbers. I didn't have any plans on pickling this year. Pickling cucumbers, so it worked out just fine. I really just wanted some for fresh eating. I hear some thunder off in the distance, so I don't know. We are not supposed to get any rain. I mean, we would take it happily. Yeah, I just heard it again to our north. But I mean, I think they're saying something like just a couple % chance that it'll actually hit here. But you know, since everybody's asleep and there's toys outside and boots laying all over, good chance that we are actually going to get some, right? Because, yeah, I'm going to have to run around and get all that stuff picked up. I should not put those down there because I don't want those to get buried. So here we are, it's the next day, it's Sunday, we got home from church here, and our oldest daughter and her family are going to be coming over later. We're going to do some swimming. It's supposed to be 96 degrees today here. That is really, really unseasonably warm for September for us here in Wisconsin. So since we're going to be having 9 people here for supper tonight, I started making my plan for supper, and I decided we would do some pork chops on the Blackstone. I have some red potatoes. I'm going to put those into the Instant Pot, and we'll do just basically like Instant Pot baked potatoes. And then I also have carrots down in the garden, which I'm going to pull and boil. So I thought that this Rice Krispies pinwheel recipe would be a good one to try. So here I am just getting my marshmallows counted out. I need 60 marshmallows, a half cup of peanut butter, and a quarter cup of butter. I'm going to get that all into a glass bowl, put that in the microwave, melt that up. It ended up taking about 2 to 2.5 minutes for it to melt enough for me to be able to stir it and get it well combined. I pressed that into a parchment paper lined jelly roll pan, and whenever you're working with sticky stuff like marshmallow and that, if you dip your hands into really cold water and then press, it works so well. The stickiness doesn't stick to your hands, so I just get that all pressed in. It took a little time to get that into the corners, but you know, that's just how Rice Krispie treats and desserts like this are. They sometimes take a little bit of time. Oh, that also was 6 to 7 cups of Rice Krispies that I put into there. It was about 7 cups. Once I have that pressed in, I grab another bowl and I put in there 1 cup of chocolate chips, 1/4 cup of butter, and 13 large marshmallows. I pop that into the microwave for about 1.5 minutes until everything is melty, and I can stir it until it's well combined. Then I pour that over top of the Rice Krispie mixture. I'm going to pop this into the freezer and freeze until the chocolate is firm. I don't know how long that's going to take at this point. We'll remove the bars and roll it up jelly roll style and slice them. So the Rice Krispie pinwheels, I think I let them be in the freezer for just too long because they actually completely firmed up. There's no rolling these into a pinwheel. It is registering 101 outside right now, so I could set them outside, let them warm up, and then roll them and slice them, but we're going to skip it and just cut these into bars. Alright, well it's reading 104 right now, so we decided we are going to all just load up, head back, and go do some swimming. Alright, we're all back from swimming and everything. And it's still really warm. It is still registering, still 104. And so I just keep saying it. It is unseasonably warm for here. I know that so much of the country gets this kind of heat very often, but here in Wisconsin, I mean, I think they just said on the news that in order to get this many days this warm, that we'd have to go back to something like 2012. So this is very unseasonable for us, but I'm here for it. Here are the bars, the Rice Krispie, what they're called pinwheels. I just kind of, since they're warmed up now, I did sort of try to maybe bend them. It didn't seem like that was going to be real easy to do. So we're just leaving them like this. I mean, if somebody tries this recipe and actually makes them into a pinwheel, I would love it if you would send me a photo. We're just leaving them like this, and they're so good because you still have the marshmallow of a Rice Krispie treat, but it's also like a scotcheroo, which is, you know, where you use the corn syrup and the white sugar and the peanut butter. You know, it's got that flavoring, but you have that chewiness still from the marshmallow. Really, really good. And then Warren, he just got it in his head that he wanted to make chocolate chip cookies, so he did that too. I have the Instant Pot going with the potatoes, so I have those in there. I set this for to pressure cook for 8 minutes. I also have the carrots in here. I'm going to bring that to a boil and then turn it down and let them simmer. And then we're going to go and take a look at the Blackstone because Warren is making pork chops from that half a hog that we bought. So we want to see how this is turning out. How are they turning out?
Yeah, can you give me a water?
Everybody's just watching the grill?
Yeah.
As if this is the entertainment for the day? Oh my goodness. Yeah, I gotta get out, stop making a shadow. Yep, they look really good. Really good. One thing we've noticed with the Blackstone is that it does take a while for this big griddle to warm up. And then we've also found that we pretty much grill or cook on high pretty much all the time. Oh yeah.
So when you first bought one, you had to oil it up and then just turn it on high?
Yep. And then do that a couple times and then just start cooking on it. And then what you do is every time you're done cooking, you scrape it with this flipper. That's why you need a flipper with backbone. Scrape it all to your grease and then shut it down. And then once it's cool enough, then you put the lid on it once it's cool.
And you oil it back up then?
I didn't oil it now because of the pork chops. But if you're doing something like, especially venison, that's not real fatty, you'll want to put some oil down, get it nice and hot. And that way you get that sear when you put the venison on it. But I'm going to turn this down a little
I was going to say, so yeah, this time you decided to turn it down now that you got the sear on, right? To get it.
Because they're so thick.
Right, because it's going to take a while to get that cooked all through.
Yeah, but I'll take two.
Swimming made everybody hungry. So here are the pork chops. Wow, that is a big pork chop, Joe.
Take two.
Let's see Peter's plate. Nice, that looks really good.
Notice that?
I noticed that. You already took a bite of your dessert, huh? Yeah, there we've got our little grandkids' plates. Oh, Maria wants to show her plate. Look at that.
Spilling her water.
And Joe, you're gonna have a potato. There's carrots over here.
No
carrots. Okay, we are all finished up with supper since it was so hot today and then also really windy. I figured I was going to have to get out here and water flowers again. It would be the second time for today, but everything is at the end and like the pots are starting to get root bound and they just need a ton of water, it seems like. But I thought, I mean, right now it is just beautiful outside. And I just thought I would walk down on the Cranberry marsh here and just kind of show you guys just a little bit. We are only, as of filming of this, we are just about 3 weeks from our, what we call early harvest, which is just the varieties that color earlier. That's why we call it early harvest. And then we always call it regular harvest. And it looks like my battery is about to die, which this is not good because I wanted to also answer a couple questions. So I did have some questions about the chicken dinner I made a few videos back. That's where we baked it 350 degrees, 2 hours, skin on, bone in chicken with the Mrs. Dash seasoning. And we all loved the tenderness of the chicken, but that Mrs. Dash seasoning, I personally thought it was a little bit bland. I didn't add any additional salt or pepper to it, and so I think that I should have done that. And then I think it would have been just perfect. Warren said he still prefers my oven fried chicken better. He thinks that that has better flavor, but I did really like it. I just think it needed salt and pepper along with that Mrs. Dash. Okay. All right, so look at what the fruit is already looking like. This is not one of our early varieties, but just look at that. Isn't it pretty at this time of year? It's starting to color. You can see on the bottom side it is just still a little bit whitish green, but so pretty. Just so pretty. And the vines are so lush this time of year. It's just always so pretty down here. We got lots of fruit there. Whoa, I have to get out of here without slipping backwards. There was another question I noticed in the last video as well. Somebody had asked if I ever use self-rising flour, and that's an easy one. No, I really don't. I think I have had it in my pantry before, just for something random, but I don't typically use that. And I did want to just mention to you guys, if anybody does go to the Warren's Cran Fest, huge cranberry festival that takes place this year, it is like September 22nd, 23rd, 24th, I think, something like that. I will be at the Cranberry Learning Tent and selling cookbooks and signing cookbooks. And I think I might even get in on a little bit of like answering questions and like doing like a tour. There's going to be like a self-guided cranberry marsh tour there. So I think that I might even be part of that. So anyway, if you are in the area and that's something you go to, definitely on that Friday from 10 until 2, stop by the Cranberry Learning Tent, which is going to be, I think I'll have to look, but I believe it is the Egg Country. I believe that it's sponsored by Egg Country. I should probably know my details before I share it here, but I do know 10 to 2 at the Warren's Cran Fest. Then the last thing is to just check the description box if you're interested in Dossier perfumes. They do actually sell those now at Walmart. So if you are in a big market, you may find those in your store. Otherwise, they have them at their walmart.com website. Otherwise, dossier.co. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thanks always so much for watching and being a part of this with me. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.